Let's understand democracy in this video. Have you ever wondered who really holds power in a country? You, or a king, or a small group? Think about school elections or a village meeting where everyone speaks up. That is democracy in action. Democracy means people have the final say in how they are governed. In a democracy, citizens choose leaders by voting in free and fair elections. It also stands for freedom, equality, justice, rights, and duties. India is the world's largest democracy, with over 140 crore people and about 96.8 crore registered voters in 2024. Our constitution became ready on 26 November 1949 and started on 26 January 1950. It guarantees fundamental rights and bans discrimination based on religion, caste, gender, or birthplace. Democratic ideas in India are not new. They go back to ancient times. In the Vedic period, there were assemblies called Sabha and Samiti where people discussed important issues. Early republics called Ganas and Sanghas chose leaders and took decisions together. The Buddhist monastic communities also used voting and debate to decide matters. Foreign invasions and colonial rule broke these old practices, but the freedom struggle renewed democratic ideas. The Constituent Assembly met in 1946 and crafted the constitution in nearly 3 years. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar chaired the drafting committee and helped shape the constitution. The assembly borrowed from India's past and from ideas around the world and made the constitution flexible with Article 368 for amendments. A key principle is popular sovereignty, which means power belongs to the people. Every citizen aged 18 and above has the right to vote, called universal adult franchise, where everyone gets one vote. Another vital rule is the rule of law, which means no one is above the law. Courts settle disputes, people get fair hearings, and the law must be followed by all. 3 terms are important here: equality before law, equal protection of law, and procedure established by law. Fundamental rights protect citizens and can be enforced in courts. There are 6 main rights like equality, freedom, protection against exploitation, freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and constitutional remedies. The right to constitutional remedies lets people go to court if rights are violated and was called the heart of the Constitution. The Constitution also lists fundamental duties and directive principles to guide the state and citizens. Separation of powers divides government into legislature, executive, and judiciary to stop misuse of power. Courts can review laws and government actions, and public interest litigation helps citizens bring public issues to court. Accountability and transparency keep governments answerable through elections, debates, and institutions like RTI, CAG, CIC, Lokpal, and CBSE. India has a multi-party system where many parties represent different views, and elections are run under the Representation of the People Act. The state must protect weaker groups. Article 46 asks the state to help scheduled castes and tribes with education and jobs. Democratic processes include lawmaking by parliament, elections by the election commission, courts for justice, and media for public debate. Media acts as the 4th pillar of democracy by informing citizens and exposing wrongs. There are different types of democracy: direct, where people decide, and representative, where people elect others to decide. Parliamentary systems like India have the executive drawn from the legislature, while presidential systems like the USA have a separately elected president. Across the world, democracies differ but share core values like participation and rule of law. In India, democratic life is visible in numbers: many voters, many parties, over 10 lakh polling stations, and elections in many languages. Local self-government brings democracy to villages and towns through panchayats and municipalities, and special councils protect tribal customs. Examples like Jetipura in Gujarat and South Manubankul in Tripura show how local democracy helps education, health, and women's participation. Women got the vote from 1950, and reservations ensure at least 1/3 seats for women in local bodies, with many states increasing it to 50%. Democracy faces challenges like illiteracy, misinformation, poverty, regionalism, gender gaps, poor implementation, and civic apathy. The emergency of 1975 to 1977 showed how democracy can be weakened when rights are suspended, but later elections restored democratic rule. As young citizens, you can help by reading news critically, using social media responsibly, learning your rights, and joining community programs like NSS or NCC. So, what do we learn from this? Democracy is people's power, supported by laws, rights, institutions, and active citizens. Let us quickly remember ancient roots, constitution, popular sovereignty, rule of law, rights, separation of powers, and public accountability. So, today we learned why democracy matters and how each of us makes it work in daily life. Keep asking questions, stay informed, and take part in your community. Every small action strengthens democracy. Thank you for listening, and if you want to explore more, visit EduRev to learn at your own pace and keep growing gently.